from Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 News at 6.
Well, our top story here tonight at 6, a young boy considered missing for more than 2 weeks has been found safe, and his parents, including a former Colts player, are now in jail.
Daniel and Kristen Muir walked out of court after a judge denied them bond during their initial hearing today.
Now, we have team coverage here on this story, from the charges that the couple faces to our exclusive footage of this morning's raid, to a look at the group behind the compound where he was found.
Up first, we turn to our Michael Van Scoik with a look at the Muir's court appearance just this afternoon. Mike.
This afternoon, the judge denied bond for former Indianapolis Colt Daniel Muir and his wife Kristen Muir during their initial hearing here at the Cass County Courthouse. Judge Stephen Kitts says the two are considered a flight risk. Now, during that hearing, you could see Daniel Muir was visibly upset by this decision. He was audibly also heard making remarks of frustration to his attorneys. Daniel is charged with domestic battery and obstruction of justice. Kristen is also charged with obstruction of justice. Defense attorneys say Kristen is a nursing mother and asked the judge for the possibility of any GPS monitoring systems from the court. Judge Stephen Kitts says his decision to deny bond has been based on the couple's failure to comply with anything over the past 2 weeks. Daniel Muir's defense attorneys did briefly speak to us on camera, telling us he's shocked by the judge's decision on the bond.
The Muir family, they've been improperly targeted, and they're not guilty of any abuse or illegal activity. They're entitled to their day in court and due process.
Muir's defense attorneys would not go into any other detail about the case. They also wouldn't explain why the pair didn't cooperate with police throughout their investigation. Now, we also received a copy of the probable cause affidavit, which explains how police tried to get in touch with the Muirs. It also explains that law enforcement are investigating other claims of abuse of other children within their care. Meanwhile, the pair are expected to be back in court later this month. There's another hearing over their bond and a no contact order with Bryson. That's scheduled for July 16th at 9 a.m. In Cass County, I'm Michael Van Scoik.
Michael, thanks.
Yeah, now as we mentioned, 14-year-old Bryson Muir was found safe during a police raid here this morning.
Fox 59's Eric Graves was the first reporter on scene at the Muir's Logansport property, and he has more tonight from the Cass County Jail.
For the time being, Daniel and Kristen Muir will remain here in the Cass County Jail. They were brought here this morning after police raided their property in Logansport. We were the only station there to capture police as they conducted that search. This is video we shot exclusively Wednesday morning showing state police covering one entrance to this remote, large Logansport property, marked with signs saying, "Welcome to Straightway Indiana Goshen," a religious group headquartered in Tennessee. Law enforcement had rifles at the ready as an armored IMPD SWAT vehicle sat inside the fence. Multiple SWAT teams, K-9s, and a bomb squad began a raid of the homestead-like property with multiple homes this morning at 6 o'clock. Just minutes into the operation, law enforcement found Bryson Muir, a teen missing since June 16th, safe.
And ultimately, after 3 weeks of, reaching out, he was found, located. So definitely win in our books.
We saw this IMPD SWAT vehicle leaving the property through the gate that appeared to be damaged after their entrance. An officer inside the vehicle coming over the loudspeaker to thank the people inside the property for their cooperation. ISP Sergeant Stephen Glass says a lot of planning went into the raid executed before the sun came up, especially since they didn't know how the Muirs and others on the property would react.
There was some question whether or not they would be cooperative or not. However, it went smoothly for the most part.
The Muirs property is just off U.S. Highway 24 in Logansport. Bryson's parents, Daniel and Kristen Muir, left in handcuffs. They're pictured here in their mugshots, taken early this morning at the Cass County Jail. Former Colts player Daniel Muir is charged with obstruction of justice and domestic battery. State police say the second charge is from injuries Bryson's grandmother reported to police on June 16th. Kristen Muir is charged with obstruction of justice. As we reported, the Muir parents have had little communication with state police about their son, even backing out of a meeting last Friday, just before a silver alert was issued for the teen. The pair appeared in court today. We talked to Cass County Prosecutor Noah Schaefer after the arrest.
Level 6 felonies carry a potential penalty of up to 2.5 years in jail and fines as well.
As for what's next, the Muir parents were not granted bond on site of a flight risk. Bryson is now in DCS custody, but there could be more children DCS is looking into.
I do know that DCS has an open case that involves a number of juveniles.
Neighbors we talked to around the Muirs property did not want to go on camera this morning. One neighbor telling us she heard the helicopters overhead early on this morning. And when she turned on the news, she was not surprised to see what was happening. Another neighbor telling us through his doorbell that he wanted nothing to do with his neighbors. Reporting in Logansport, I'm Eric Graves.
Eric, thank you. Now, the property where this raid took place this morning, you see it here, it's associated with Straightway Truth Ministries, a religious organization based in Tennessee that some have labeled a cult.
Yeah, that's right. Fox 59's Max Lewis has been digging into the public records and learning more about this organization and the group leader's response to today's raid.
You better believe the Straightway is not going to be taking any of this lying down. We coming. You better believe we coming.
Pastor Dowell claimed the allegations against the Muirs are false, but offered no explanation as to why they refused to cooperate with investigators.
The blowback from a false allegation probably ain't going to be too good.
Dowell is the leader of Straightway Truth Ministries, based in Tennessee. According to their website, they believe in a life separated from mainstream society and advocate for a return to biblical law. There have been some accusations that the group is a cult. A Straightway Ministry sign sits in front of the property that was raided this morning, but who actually owns the property is less clear. The 120-plus acre compound is about 70 miles north of Indianapolis, just to the west of Logansport in Cass County. It's made up of 6 parcels that were all purchased back in 2020 by either former Colts defensive end Robert Mathis or Daniel Muir. They spent nearly $2 million purchasing the land, and then in November of last year, each of those parcels was transferred over to the Servant Leaders Foundation. We couldn't find any registered business or nonprofit with that name. The foundation lists a Kokomo address, which we trace back to a P.O. box at this UPS store. Despite the connection, state police said today there is no ongoing investigation into the religious groups.
Regardless of the religious foundations or affiliations, that's beside the fact. We're still going to treat it going after Bryson regardless of the religion.
In Cass County, Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
Now, this is a story we'll continue to stay on top of. Most importantly, though, we now know Bryson was found this morning, and state police say he appeared to be safe and well.
Yeah, he was released to the custody of the Cass County Department of Child Services. His parents are in custody. They made their first court appearance this afternoon. Daniel Muir now facing charges of domestic battery and obstruction of justice, while Kristen Muir faces a charge of obstruction of justice. The judge called them a flight risk, so they're being held without bond. Of course, we'll continue to talk with our sources and work to get answers about what happened. We'll have updates for you on air and online at fox59.com.